Welcome back to Behind the Dress, the podcast where we uncover stories of women who are leading with grace and purpose on and off the stage. Today's guest, well, she's a true force of nature. She's a makeup artist, an actress, a PTA treasurer, and the title holder in Be Mrs. 2024, and most importantly, a mother. Isabel Mutafov believes that the biggest crown and most important crown that she wears is at home, being a mother. Today, she is here to talk to us about how motherhood has become her greatest platform yet and how she's working to build a movement that uplifts women, children, and creates villages that helps families thrive. Isabel, we are so happy to have you here on Behind the Dress today. How are you feeling?
I am absolutely thrilled. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure being here.
Of course. So before we dive into everything that you've accomplished outside the home, I want to start with the title that means the most to you. And that doesn't come with a sash or a crown. Let's talk motherhood and how it has shaped you into the woman you are today. How has motherhood transformed you?
Oh, it has been quite a journey. I'm a young mom. I had my first child at 20. So I was pretty young, and it was a constant kind of journey of learning about myself and also trying to teach my children about themselves. And I've always kind of led with empathy and trying to teach them about the world as it is, but also inspiring them to do better.
Absolutely. So what does a typical day look like for you balancing so many roles from model to pageant queen and still showing up for your family?
Oh, it is all day. Yeah, all day running around and doing things. Like today, I'm here doing this wonderful interview with you guys. And then after this, I have to go do school stuff. I am a PTA treasurer, so I go and help out at the school. I try to be as involved as I can there. And then after that, home and, housework.
So the whole nine, a versatile.
Yeah, 24/7.
So was there ever a moment, Isabel, where you felt like you had to choose between motherhood and your personal dreams?
Yes, I think that's a constant struggle for us moms who want to try to make something out of ourselves or to chase our dreams or to work or to really do anything outside of the home because we're expected to kind of stay home with our kids 24/7. And I do, but I also try to take them with me on these journeys of pageantry and volunteer service. We do it together. And I think that's really important to involve them in everything that we do because they're looking up to us. Like everything that we do, they see.
Absolutely.
And that's what they're going to do in the future.
Absolutely. And what do you think is the biggest misconception people have about moms like you who are still chasing dreams while also raising children?
I've always thought motherhood was a superpower. And, as moms, we take on 1,000 roles, not just outside of the home, but inside the home. We're caregivers, we're chefs, we're nurses. We sometimes tech support when our kids are having problems with their tablets and, other things. So it's really just about trying to balance it all. And that's where the superpower comes in. We're everywhere all the time, multitasking and trying to be there for everyone, but also taking time to be there for ourselves. That's super important.
Yeah. So you've poured so much heart and strength into your role as a mom. And it's a beautiful thing to see something turned into something so much bigger than yourself. And let's talk about the movement that you created, your platform, Moms and Miracles. So tell us about your platform. Tell us about Moms and Miracles. How did it start?
Moms and Miracles. It was an idea I had that I was created with my friend Danielle. She's also my coach. She helps me to build this platform. She really helped me to learn myself and to really look deep within myself because when I was younger, I did have this misconception of I don't want to be just a mom. And, it was mostly like a societal thing that we have to give up all of our dreams, all of our aspects, all of everything that made us who we are before we were moms and turn into this, mom who is doing everything for their kids and that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else. And so there was a time where I did lose myself to that, but I think pageantry helped me get back into who I was or become someone better, essentially. And so through pageantry, I've met so many women, so many girls who also have giant dreams and goals. And it's such a beautiful thing to see that it inspires you back. So my goal with Moms and Miracles is to inspire other moms to go out there and put yourself out there. You know, it is hard because sometimes you have to take your kids with you, but that's okay. Like, they are not baggage, which a lot of society tells you they are. They're not. They are the future. They are going to make this world so much better, but we have to show them. We have to show them not to give up on our dreams, on our goals, and on our hearts as well.
Absolutely. And I love how you're breaking that misconception that when you become a mother, that's the end. But no, you're teaching mothers that you can still live life and do what you want to do and make a difference while also raising your children.
Yes. Exactly.
And you also mentioned that you talk about creating a village of moms and children a lot. What does that village look like to you?
To me, it's my very supportive husband who is always there for me and my crazy ideas. So obviously having someone there who can help you through this whole crazy journey does help a lot. But before that, you know, it's also my sisters who are there for me a lot. It's the other moms in the PTA group. They are amazing and so supportive. It's the moms that I've met through pageantry. So it is just a lot of moms coming together and just pouring themselves into everyone. And you see that and you feel the love that everyone gives. And that's my village. It's everyone around me who shares that love and those dreams and those goals.
So I have to ask you, what's been one of the most powerful moments of our stories of coming up with Moms and Miracles? What's been the most powerful moment for you?
There's a lot. There was this moment, we had an event. It was a back to school event. And it was probably one of my favorite events that I've ever done because when we were there was a grandmother with her 2 kids. And she didn't speak English. And I was there kind of just out of the blue. It was kind of fate, I would say, because I wasn't supposed to be there. I just went because last minute they were like, hey, someone called off. Can you come and help? I was like, yes, I'm there. So I went and she couldn't speak English. So I was there to help her translate through everything and help her make this journey or this process a lot easier than if there was no one there to help her.
Yes.
And at the end, she gave me this huge hug and she said, it was in Spanish, but I'll translate it. It was, thank you so much for making this process so beautiful and with such a beautiful smile that it gives me hope for my kids. And it was in Spanish. So she was a grandmother. So it just reminded me of my grandmother. And it was such a special moment that I just felt like this is it. This is worth it. This is why we do this.
That is so beautiful. Turning somebody's smile into an even bigger smile. Exactly. That's the whole point. Yeah. So how can someone listening, maybe a young mom who's feeling lonely, how can she start building her own village today?
That was a really hard part for me because I also didn't know where to start. I mean, pageantry was my outlet to get out there and meet other people, but there's so many other places that you can get that from, you know, parks, community centers, libraries. Those are all excellent resources to meet other people who also are going through what you're going through, and they might not show it. Like a lot of times as pageant queens, we look like we have everything handled and put together, but we really don't.
No.
We really don't.
People will be amazed. Okay.
Yes, it's a lot of craziness that happens backstage. But, you know, and we don't show it as well. Like a lot of times we don't show it, but we're also going through those things. And I think opening up and sharing our stories is what's going to help these moms who feel lonely to also reach out and share their story. I've gotten messages online of moms coming to me and sharing how they see me and they want to be like me, but I'm like, no, you don't. But no, it's beautiful that they reach out. Yeah.
So supporting others starts with taking care of yourselves, taking care of ourselves. And I know you've been open about the lessons that you've learned along the way. Let's talk about your inner work, boundaries, healing, and learning to lead with peace. You've mentioned that one of the best pieces of advice that you've ever received is to set boundaries and protect your peace. What did it take for you to truly embrace that?
As a recovering people pleaser, this was a very hard lesson for me because I'm also the oldest daughter. So it was kind of like I always wanted to be there for everyone at all times. And I would end up pouring from an empty cup. So I've learned to kind of let go of things. Like sometimes it's okay to say no. Sometimes it's okay to take a step back and just feel yourself and say, what do I need? What does my body need? What does my soul need? And I need to do that now before I can start pouring into other people.
Absolutely. So what would you say to a mother who feels like she's lost herself through motherhood? What would you tell her?
That's a very complex question because it's very hard to get out of that dark place. But it is possible. And I think a first step is taking a step back. You know, our kids will survive 5 minutes without you to go and take a deep breath, to get some water, get some food in you. Because sometimes we go all day without eating and that's not healthy. But we make those sacrifices for our kids because we want better for them. And sometimes we forget that they need the best version of ourselves. And in order for that to happen, we need to take care of ourselves.
And, you know, women, we're often told to give. How do you give to yourself without feeling any guilt?
I don't think that's possible. You're going to feel some guilt, you know, taking a step back because women are expected to give everything and sometimes get nothing in return. But that's when you have to give to yourself. And that's okay because you are also human. You are also important. You also matter. So that means you have to take care of yourself. That way you can take care of other people.
Absolutely. And then when it comes to pageants, a lot of people, they think that it's such a huge process to get into it. But if you do ever find yourself losing yourself or you need some motivation, you can enter your state pageant any moment. Any day.
Yes, it's as simple as reaching out to, that's how I got started, is I reached out to the Nuestra Belleza pageant and I said, you know, can I do this? And they were like, yes, just sign up, fill out the paperwork, and that was it. And it really gives you such an outlet of creativity and purpose in a way, because pageantry isn't just about pretty dresses, pretty gowns, and crowns and everything. It's about community. It's about volunteering, and that's my favorite thing to do with my crown, is to volunteer at all kinds of organizations, because there's hundreds of them in Las Vegas alone who also have that purpose of giving back. And to me, it's really important to be out in the community and helping anyone and everyone.
Absolutely. So Isabel, from the everyday beauty of motherhood to the national stage, your story is the definition of resilience and grace. Let's talk about what it means to represent women like you in NB and why this platform matters. So tell us, what inspired you to compete in NB Mrs. 2024?
I was told I couldn't do it. You know, again, going back to that, moms can't, you know, be glammed up.
Exactly.
And we can't do all the things that younger girls do.
That misconception.
Yes, it's that misconception of you're done when you have kids, you know. You have to be in t-shirts and sweatpants all the time, which, I mean, I was for a long time.
That's not it.
No, but it never comes, like, once you have that passion for doing something, it never leaves you. It's there forever. For example, for me, makeup. I've always done makeup. I've always loved makeup in all its forms. And it really is a creative outlet. It's an artistic way to express yourself. And in the same way, being a mom is my way of giving back to the world, essentially. I mean, if you think about it, all humans were created by moms.
Yeah.
So being in pageants has been my way of connecting both and really showing everything that moms are capable of.
Mm-hmm. And would you say pageantry has changed your life as a mother, as a young mother?
Definitely. It's changed all of my views. As I said before, I used to think that I was just a mom. There's nothing more I can do because I was always told I can't do more after having kids.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to break that barrier, and I wanted to show people that, yes, it's possible. You can go out there and put yourself out there and be everything that you want to be.
Absolutely. So, Isabel, you talk about grace, determination, and heart. How do those values show up in your life?
It's in everyday moments with my kids. We have deep conversations. They ask me about the world as it is, and I try to explain it to them in a way that they can understand it. They're 10 and 5, I'm sorry. So sometimes it's hard to explain everything that's going on, but I think we underestimate children a lot and their capacity to love and have empathy and show that they care. We just have to open it up and show them how to do it first. So it's in having those little conversations because they talk amongst each other, and just sharing that fire and that hope for the future can maybe inspire them to talk with their friends about it. And it starts, a whole forest fire where everybody else starts talking about it.
A butterfly effect.
Yes, a butterfly effect. And it just creates a bigger sense in not only us, but in them as well. So they know you are capable of it, just as I am.
Absolutely. And now that you are preparing to crown the next queen, I know this is such a bittersweet moment for you. What emotions are coming up for you as you close this beautiful chapter of yours?
I loved every second of being a queen, and I still have a couple months left, so I'm going to make the most of them. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the next queen. I'm excited for who I get to crown next, because I know she's going to push this even further and create magical things and inspire her children or the children who can see her.
Absolutely. And what would you say to the woman watching this who's thinking, this could never be me, when she sees a pageant queen? What would you say to that girl?
That would be like talking to myself 10 years ago. That's what I thought. And I would say just go for it. If you have a passion for it, it never leaves you. And the only way to either spark that passion is to do it, is to go out there, put yourself out there and do it. And whether that means, entering a pageant or going to school, going back to school, I think mothers are so capable of everything that we put our minds to.
And Isabel, before we wrap up this interview, I just do have to ask you, if you could leave behind one message, not just as a queen, but as a woman, as a mom, and a role model, what would it be?
You are a force of nature, literally. We have created every human being that's ever lived, and so much more that we haven't been told of our history. And I think it's really important to remember that we are so much stronger than they will ever tell us.
Absolutely. Well, Isabel, thank you so much for joining us on Behind the Dress. And thank you for explaining to us what it means to be a young mom and finding yourself, and telling us what it means to give back when no one is watching. And thank you all to all of our listeners for tuning in to Behind the Dress. Until next time, I'm Journey Burris.